What's up, guys? Welcome back to Classic Octane. I am Taylor. Today we are back on the KZ750 build. We had some parts come in, so today I want to strip the bike down a little bit and start to give you guys a little bit more of a direction on what we're going to do to this bike. Here's some of the parts I picked up so far. New jets for the carbs. Hopefully this will work. I had to kind of go off a Yamaha model with the same BS38, I believe the model is, carbs. So I'm hoping that's right. We're bumping up 2 sizes on the primary jet and 1 or 2 sizes on the secondary because I do plan on running pod filters and a relatively free-flowing exhaust on this bike. So we don't want it to be too lean. Hopefully that'll work. Only time will tell. So lower handlebars so we can get rid of these giant ape hangers. Also went with a frame hoop. That'll give you a little bit of an indication on the plan I want to do for the seat, but I'll go more into that later. And then I have a Dime City Cycles mini Speedo with the indicators built in so that we can get rid of this entire instrument cluster. I am going to run without attack. I don't plan on racing this bike where I got to hit perfect red line shifts. I kind of just shift by sound. You know, my Triumph doesn't even have a speedo and stuff, so I think it'll be totally fine to run without attack. And then we can also get rid of these indicator lights in the middle because, like I said, they're built into the speedo itself. So that'll really clean this up a lot. Once we get those off and the handlebars off, I can kind of figure out where I want to mount it. I may want to lower this headlight a little bit and kind of get rid of these big stock ears. I'd like to find some good quality headlight mounts. To be honest, I'm not super crazy about these like universal ones that I've used on my Honda build. I really love the ones that I have on my Triumph. They're like this aluminum, really nice quality, but I have no idea where those are from. I bought the bike, the original bike, with those on it. So if you guys have any ideas on where to get a good quality headlight mount, let me know. I do plan on, like I said, lowering that headlight down just a little bit. So I also have some fork seals on the way and some other stuff, but for now I want to pull off the controls. Luckily Kawasaki doesn't run the wires inside the handlebars, so it's going to make it 100 times easier to swap. Hondas, the wires are inside, so you have to pull the wires apart, pull it through. It's a big pain. I'm going to pull these off. Probably figure out how to label the wiring. Unless I can find a good wiring diagram, I won't really need to do that. Basically, the idea is going to take this off, and I also want to start to remove some of these plastics so we can really get down and see exactly what the frame's going to look like. So let's get to work. Just a few minutes in, I got all these parts off. So far, it's looking pretty good. Nothing too crazy back here. I'm going to go ahead and pull these signals off and start to get a good idea of where our frame hoop is going to go. I'll pull it over here. It should. Yeah, looks like it's a pretty good size, so it'll probably end up being somewhere. If I had to guess, around there maybe? Maybe a little bit closer in. I'm going to shoot for about 24 inches from the back of the tank. That is the typical length of a tough side seat, which you guys know I'm a huge fan of. So I'll go ahead and let you guys know I am going to be running a tough side seat on this build as well. I reached out to the guys at Tough Side because on their website they really only carry seats for Yamaha's CB550s and CB750s. That's the only kind of flat brat seats they have. So I actually worked out something with them that they are going to custom make me a seat for this. So what I need to do is I need to get this frame hoop welded in, and I'm going to send them a mold, or like a wooden buck, basically like a 1-inch thick piece of wood that's the exact size of the seat I want. I'm going to ship that to their shop, and they're going to make me a custom brat seat based off of that mold. So we'll have, you know, pretty much the only KZ750 with a custom tough side seat. The beauty of that is anybody else that has one of these bikes, in theory, can buy a seat through them, and they already have the mold for it. So it's going to be kind of like a win-win. So I'm pretty stoked about that. That's why we're going to be probably chopping this off and getting that welded on sooner than later so I can get that mold to them. Handlebar swap over. Took a hot 2 minutes. I am going to need to replace this whole mechanism, easy for me to say, this whole mechanism here It's pretty rusty on the inside. It's pretty beat up, and there's just really no reason for me to keep it. So I'm gonna go check out replacements. It's just a kill switch and a headlight switch. Start button, pretty much identical to kind of what's on Hondas. Literally just a headlight switch. So I probably have an extra one of those. If not, I could probably just use one. Or I can try to just find a kind of more universal replacement. I also am probably going to replace this master cylinder. One, it needs to be rebuilt anyway. And two, I don't really like the look of it. I know the brakes are going to be something I'm definitely going to have to rebuild and put some work into. So we'll go ahead and put master cylinder on the list and throttle / kill switch. The high beam, low beam, horn, everything over here seems to look pretty good. Clutch doesn't seem bad. The cable is super long, so I am going to look into getting a shorter cable. I am going to need a shorter throttle cable as well. Obviously, when you go from some big ape hanger looking bars down to these style, we're going to have tons of extra throttle cable, so get rid of both of those. I'm going to move on to removing this so I can really get an idea of how much cleaner the front end is going to look without that big bulky instrument cluster. Not exactly sure how it goes on there. My ignition switch is part of this as well, which I didn't take into consideration. So I'll probably just use either I might be able to remove this and just kind of mount it up here, or use a more universal one. That's not a big deal, but let's start to dive into this a little bit and see what we find. Looking inside the headlight, it couldn't be simpler. Look at this. I don't know if you've ever seen the inside of a Honda headlight, but it is like a rat's nest of wires. This is super clean. This is definitely a check in the pro on the Kawasaki book, but for all of the signals and everything, it was just these two connectors. So I'm going to be able to, I'll probably try to find a matching connector to this. I don't really want to chop this up because this is all really good original gauges, so I'd like to just keep that, and if I want to sell it later or whatever, I can. But I'd like to be able to have like a factory style connector into this, running into my new light, and just have it be just as clean and plug and play as this is. So now that we have these two off, it's literally just these two. I think they're 13mm bolts, and this whole gauge cluster should come off. We also, of course, have our drive cable for the speedo and for the tack that we need to take off as well. But so far, pretty simple. Gauges just came right out. I was thinking about using an aftermarket ignition switch and just keeping this all together until I realized that the stock key also unlocks the gas cap. And I really don't want to have like a one key for the gas cap, one key for the bike. So you can just pull this little plastic cover off the back, and literally the ignition switch just came right out. So now I can just make a universal kind of bracket for this and kind of install it. I was also thinking there's this little hole right here. I would have to extend all of the wires, but that could be pretty clean. Just kind of put it right there, but I'll most likely just go with a little, something little on the side right here, something like that. Maybe similar to where I have it on some of my Barn to Brat bikes. It's kind of like hidden down here somewhere simple that keeps the stock functionality, but looks a little bit cleaner. So far, it's done wonders of cleaning up the front of this bike. So definitely a lot of like excess cables and wires like I've been talking about. So that'll be a lot of work to clean that up. Definitely going to get rid of these stock ears. Obviously the big Dumbo ear lights. I'm going to pull those off right now just so we can get an idea of what it will look like without it. But I mean, I've literally been out here for maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and it's looking so much cleaner already. So really excited about that. Little idea, just kind of threw the speedo up. General location, like I said, I do think I'm going to end up lowering this headlight a couple inches once we figure out what our mounts are going to be. Still trying to figure out where I want to put the ignition switch. I thought about putting it in the headlight, so that might work. I'm just going to wait until we see what our fitment is. Otherwise, I don't want to have to like reach way down in to try and get to the key. But check this out. So I have this like universal connector kit off of Amazon, and I kid you not, there is a 9-pin connector that is an identical match to this stock instrument cluster connector. We don't have all the pins and everything. I mean, that is pretty awesome. I can't Can't deny that. So I mean, look at this. These two things are literally identical in size. The little pins fit perfectly, so I can very nicely wire in all of my indicator lights, and it literally will be a plug and play into the stock wiring. I mean, that is awesome. That's the kind of stuff I dream about, of like just happening to have this exact thing. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew because of that. So I don't think I want to dive into that yet because I am still waiting for my battery to get here. It's supposed to be here in a couple of days. I did order this petcock because the stock one was, like I said, was just garbage, if you remember from my last video. It fits well. One of the problems is both of the outlets go that way, and this is the fuel inlet for this side. So hopefully I can just get it to kind of loop around and go right here, and that'll be fine. It will have to kind of go uphill a little bit, but I think it'll still be good. I mean, it's like pretty level, just slight uphill and then a lot of downhill, and I think the pressure of the gas in the tank should have it flow all right. Only time will tell on that one though. So those of you who don't know, these are the tires I'm going to run on this build. They are really knobbies. They're Continental something or another's. TKC80 Twin Duro. They're like a dual sport tire. I actually originally bought these for the Barn to Brat bike, but I didn't think it fit that build. I think it's going to fit this one pretty awesome. I think they are slightly more aggressive than I wish they were, but they're perfect size for this bike. So, and this bike does need tires, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're going to bite the bullet and get it done, get it mounted. Absolute worst case scenario, we end up switching the tires again. That being said, this front fender will not work with those tires. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that front fender off. I'll do a little bit of research. Everybody tells me that you can't run Hondas with no front fender, and I've done it for thousands of miles without a problem. I have a feeling Kawasaki people are going to say the same thing, that you're going to just die instantly if you pull out of your driveway without a front fender. But I have seen a bunch online without them, so I'll be kind of the judge of that. Worst case, which I keep saying that, but we'll build a little mini fender or something to keep the rigidity there, but get rid of this giant hunk of chrome that's just not going to fit our overall build and physically won't fit around this big knobby tire. So I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to go ahead and throw the headlight back in there, and then we'll see what we want to get into after that. Front fender's off. So give you guys a quick little idea of how the bike's looking so far. So I think really a nice seat with a frame hoop. The exhaust, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the exhaust. So leave a comment below. I'm thinking I can't really keep these mufflers. They're rusted through underneath. Nor would I really want to, just because they're really big and they don't really fit the bike. So I could go two different ways. I could go, remove the muffler right here, have a little section, have it kick up at an angle, and do a similar kind of muffler that we have on the Barn to Brat bike. I could do a 2-into-1 that goes to that. I could do like a smaller version of that, one on each side that kind of goes up. Or, since this is going to kind of end up being a scrambler with the knobby tires and everything, I was thinking about doing like the two together, like kind of run along the side of the bike here. I don't know how it would work with that side cover, still having to kind of have access to that. But that was kind of an idea, to like the scrambler style exhaust with like a heat shield for your leg. I'll just kind of custom chop this one up and weld it and make a little custom one that goes to a little muffler right there. So let me know what you guys think about the muffler situation. That's what I'm going to call it on this one, guys. It's starting to rain. I'm starting to hear some thunder and lightning. So I'd like to pull my car in just in case we get any kind of hail or anything crazy. I don't want old Clementine to be stuck outside. We got a lot of work done on the bike this time. I'm really, really excited about the progress we've made. So in the next video, I'm going to do a couple of different things, hopefully tackle the fork seals. I want to paint these tubes. I'm probably going to do black on them. And I also want to start to chop off the back end, weld on our frame hoop so we can make that custom wood buck for our custom tough side Brat seat. So I hope you guys are excited about where I'm going with this build. This thing is coming together super quick. Depending on what the turnaround time is for that custom seat, I would love to take this bike to the Twist Off. If you're not familiar with that event, it's just north of Austin. That's where I am in Texas. And it's like a drag racing event for motorcycles. They do dirt drag racing, and then later in the day they do actual, on the 1/8 mile or 1/4 mile track drag racing. So I'd love to take this. This would be perfect for the dirt track racing. If not, I probably will take the Barn to Brat bike. That's part of the reason why I haven't sold it. And also we have some good riding weather here in Texas coming up soon. Our riding season is really the winter time because otherwise it's 110. Worst case scenario, if that bike's gone, this bike's not done, I'm going to take the Triumph. Don't know if I'll dirt race the Triumph, but we can for sure drag race it. So we'll see. Either way, I'm going to be at that event. So I hope to see some of you guys there. And I'll see you guys soon.